Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to another video of Islamistic.com. I'm your brother Anwar Ali, and today I'm here with a new topic. And the topic that we shall be talking today is angels, or the concept of angels in Islam. So in this video we'll be talking about who are angels, how were they created, or what are their attributes, what are their roles and responsibilities, or what does it mean by saying that we believe in angels. So we'll be talking about these factors today. Since we have already published an article about 6 pillars of Iman, and we have described a bit about the angels, and that believing in angels is also one of the pillars of Iman or faith. So we already are aware about the brief or concept of Islam, and today we'll try to elaborate the understanding on belief in angels. So we are already aware that the 6 pillars of Iman is amantu billahi, to believe in Allah, wa malaikatihi, to believe in angels, wa kutubihi, to believe in the books revealed by Allah, wa rusulihi, to believe in the messengers sent by Allah, wal yawmil akhiri, to believe in the last day, wal qadri khayrihi wa sharrihi min Allah, to believe that the destiny, whether it be good or bad, is from Allah, wal ba'si ba'd al maut, and to believe in the life after death, which is actually a part of to believe in the last day. So we can generally conclude that there are 6 pillars of Iman, and out of which to believe in angels is immediately followed by believing in Allah. But to believe in Allah means that we believe that Allah is only Allah is worthy of worship, and our belief or our worship or our actions of worship is entirely dedicated to Allah, and nobody else can share our worship with Allah. So this is what means to believe in Allah. But to believe in angels is not associated with worship. We cannot worship angels. Being a Muslim, only Allah deserves our worship, so we are not supposed to worship angels. So believing in angels is not attached with or associated with worship in any way. Rather, believing in angels means to believe in their existence, to believe that they are creations of Allah, created by Allah for some purpose, and they have their own duties and responsibilities. To believe in angels as per what has been revealed in Quran, and as per how Prophet Muhammad ﷺ has explained about the angels, that is what we are obliged to believe in about angels. So to believe in the attributes of angels explained by Allah and explained by Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, this is what we are supposed to believe in. But primarily we should at least believe, the minimum requirement of believing angels is to believe in their existence. So if we say, I don't know how angel is, but I believe that it is the creation of Allah, that satisfies the second pillar of Iman or faith, that is to believe in angels. So this is the minimum requirement or minimum criteria to believe in angels, is to believe in their existence. But if you want to elaborate our knowledge more about angels, then we can refer to the revelations in Quran and the narrations of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. So we'll try to do the same in this video. We'll try to get deep into the concept of angels, and who are angels, what are their attributes and duties and responsibilities. So we'll be talking about that. The first thing about the creation of angels. So how are they created, and who created? So it is obvious that Allah created everything. And regarding the angels, creation of angels, there is a famous hadith in Sahih Muslim narrated by Aisha radiallahu anha, where she says that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that Allah created angels from light, jinn from fire, and human beings from what has already been described to us, which means by clay. So these are the 3 different intelligent beings. So the conclusion that we can draw from this hadith, there are 2 conclusions that can be drawn. The first thing, that Allah or Prophet Muhammad ﷺ is focusing here on 3 different creations which has some similarity. And what is the similarity between these three creations? All of these three creations are intelligent beings. So Allah has granted intelligence to angels, to jinn, and to human beings. This is the first conclusion that we can draw from this hadith. And the second conclusion that we can draw from this hadith is that angels, jinns, and human beings, they are three different beings, because the source of creation, the material used for their creations, they are different. So how can these three beings be same? So there are some concepts in other religions, like for example in Christianity, they believe that the jinns or the Satan or Iblis, he is the fallen angel. He was angel before. Later on, he was called as fallen angels after he had disbelieved, or not said, let us not say disbelieved, or denied the orders of Allah. So he became fallen angels. This is not what Islam believes. Islam believes that angels and jinn, they are two different creations of Allah, and they cannot be the same. So these are the two conclusions that we can draw. The first one, angels are created from fire, and angels are created from light, and jinns are created from the fire. So these two are separate beings. Second conclusion that we can draw is these three creations explained in this hadith, angel, jinn, and mankind, they are intelligent beings. So we should understand the angels are not a dummy creations or the creations with limited knowledge like animals and plants and birds, but angels are one of the intelligent beings created by Allah among human beings, angels and jinns. So these are the two conclusions that can be drawn from this hadith. So we came to know that angels were created from light. This is the first knowledge we have gathered about the angels till now, that angels are creation of Allah that are created from light. The first thing that we learned. The second thing about, let's talk about the appearance of Allah. Generally speaking, angels are invisible to human beings. We cannot see angels. Angels are with us all the time. Angels are around us. Angels are trying to inspire us with good things, but we are not able to see or listen to the angels. But that's the case with human beings. But as per the hadith of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, in a hadith, there is a famous hadith of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam where he says, when you hear a rooster crows, then ask Allah for his grace, because the rooster had seen the angel. This hadith explains that the rooster, or there are some animals like dogs, rooster, they are able to see jinns and angels, which human being cannot see in the normal form. So this concludes that angels are normally invisible to human being, but they are visible to some of the animals like rooster and other animals, as explained by hadith. So this is the second conclusion or second lesson that we learned about angels, that we are not able to see angels by our naked eyes. But this is not only the case. For example, angels had appeared in form of human being many times in the past during the life of different prophets. Sometimes only prophet was able to see that angel, and sometimes even the companions of prophets were able to see the angels. There's famous hadith, and the hadith is also known as hadith of Jibril, where Jibril alayhi salam appears to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and asks him few questions. And when he arrived to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was dressed all white. And during those times, we didn't have aeroplanes or cars where we just sit in our AC cab and reach to the door of masjid. We had to migrate through the deserts, through the sands and storms, which would make our dress dirty. But he was dressed perfectly white, and he was not seen anywhere in Medina before, which means he was new in the city, which means he came from out of the Medina, as per the viewers or the companions of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But he was still dressed in neat and clean, and he had like a clean face and clean hair, black hair. So which means it seemed that he didn't migrate, but he was from the city. So everybody was astonished seeing at Jibril alayhi salam, but they didn't know that he was Jibril. So he asked few questions to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and everybody was listening and everybody was surprised because he was asking the question, and again he was replying to the questions, replying to his answers by saying, you have said the truth. If he knew the answer, well, then why was he asking? So everybody was surprised about his questions, about his appearance and about his attitude, and everybody was shocked. So after Jibril alayhi salam left Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, then Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam told to his companions that he was Jibril. So in some cases, the angels might appear in the form of human being to the prophets and to the companions, and sometimes only to the prophet. Nobody else saw him except the prophet. So there are cases when human beings are also able to see angels, but in that case, the angels, they prefer to join the companions and the prophet in the form of human being, and it was the order of Allah that he should be visible. That's why he is visible. But his normal form, we are not able to see him by our own eyes. But sometimes, yes, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was able to see angels by his naked, in the real form of angels by his naked eye. And it is also narrated in a hadith that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam once saw Jibril alayhi salam in his natural form, where he had 600 wings, and he explained that only one wing was sufficient to fill the horizon, and each of those wings were filled with multicolored pearls and corals that were dropping continuously from the wings of the angels. So this means that angels are really beautiful being and really huge being. Allah has decorated angels in such a form that they look beautiful, but there are some angels who are designed or who are created to look dangerous or to look fearful, in order to because their task has been assigned with some of the works where they need to bring fear into the heart of disbelievers or those who have died. That's a different topic, but generally angels are beautiful creatures who are huge in the shape, and they have wings as described by Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in hadith, beautiful wings, and one wing is sufficient to fill the horizon. Means we are talking about a really huge creation of Allah, and angels are one of the huge creations of Allah. And Jibril alayhi salam, just one wing of Jibril alayhi salam was sufficient to fill the horizon, which was filled with multicolored corals and pearls that was continuously falling from the wings of Jibril alayhi salam. So we are really talking about a beautiful and huge creation of Allah. So this is how angels look like. And there are hadith that also explains about the size of the size of the angels, by saying that the distance between the earlobe and the shoulder is like 700 years of traveling for a flying bird. At which speed, we don't know. Which bird, we don't know. We are not elaborate much on this, but we are just informed that distance between the earlobe and the shoulder is 600 years for a fast traveling bird. So we are talking about huge creation here. And besides that, it is also mentioned in Surah Fatir, where Allah says in verse number 1, where Allah says that he has created angels with wings in 2s, in 3s and 4s. So, but these are just examples. We are sure that there should be angels have wings. That is what we need to understand. So angels have wings. Some of the angels have 2 wings, some of the angels has 3 wings, some with 4s, and some with hundreds, like Jibril alayhi salam. So this is something about the appearance of angels. So this is the second thing that we learned. The first thing was about the creation of angels, that they are that the angels are the creations of Allah, and they are created from light. The second thing that we came to know about the angels are that we are not able to see angels in their original form. They are very huge creations. They have wings. They are beautifully made. Sometimes they are made a bit disturbing and a bit fearful for some purpose, but generally angels are beautiful and huge creations. And is also mentioned in Quran about the wings of the angels, and also described by Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam about the wings, 600 wings of Jibril alayhi salam. At the same time, we came to know that though human beings are not able to see the natural form of angels, the prophets of Allah might see them, and also sometimes the animals see them, like rooster. Whenever we hear a rooster crow in the morning, then we are supposed to ask for the grace of Allah because they have seen the angels. So these are the few things that we talked about the appearance of Allah. Now let us talk about the gender of Allah. So there is no evidence in the Quran or Hadith that describes angels as being male or female. But yes, just like we assign the pronoun he to Allah, or the male pronouns are used for Allah, similarly the male pronouns are used for angels. But this does not mean that angels have gender. So there is no evidence found in Quran or in Hadith that they have gender. But yes, whenever they appeared as human in a human form in front of messengers, they have appeared in the form of men. But in fact, Allah has not disclosed, or Prophet Muhammad ﷺ have not explained us about the genders of angels, because they are separate beings, they are separate creation. They are not natural creations like what we see or observe in this universe. They are supernatural creations of Allah. So we are not supposed to think, or we are not supposed to imagine them just like human beings. Okay, so they are a different creation, and they are not described to have any genders. So this was the third thing that we need to understand about the angels. The fourth thing that we'll be talking about are the names of angels, because we see there are lots of misconceptions among Muslims and non-Muslims about the angels. So by name, we only know 8 angels. And besides these 8 names, all of the names that we know about the angels are either from the fabricated hadith, or from the narrations of Israelite books or Israeli narrations. So those are not, we are not bound to believe in those names, but we should at least know the 8 names described by Prophet Muhammad ﷺ through different hadith and also through Quran. So let us try to see what names are we informed about the angels. The first angels that we know about, and the first angel that we know about is Jibreel alayhi salam. So he is the head of the angels, the let's say the greatest angel that Allah has created. And the purpose of this angel Jibreel alayhi salam was to bring down revelation and guidance from Allah to the messenger. So this was the purpose of Jibreel alayhi salam. The first angel that we know is by name is Jibreel alayhi salam, whose purpose was to deliver message from Allah to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam through revelation, through guidance. So this was the task of Jibreel alayhi salam. Second angel that we know by name is Mikail alayhi salam, and the responsibility of Mikail alayhi salam is to cause the rainfall by the order of Allah. So it is Allah who sent down rains, but Jibreel alayhi salam is Mikail alayhi salam is the one who controls the rain and who causes the rain to fall after the order of Allah. So Mikail alayhi salam. Third is Israfil alayhi salam, who has just been assigned by one duty, and the duty of Israfil alayhi salam is to blow the horn at the end of the times. So when Allah wants this universe to be destroyed, he will just ask Israfil alayhi salam to blow his horn, and the universe is gone, it is destroyed, and we enter into the last day, in the hereafter. So this is the responsibility of Israfil alayhi salam, and we have come to know through hadith that Israfil alayhi salam has already taken his horn, lifted it up and placed in his mouth. Now he just needs to blow the horn, which means we are really at the end of the times. So the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was sent for the last generation of period, and we are really in the end of the times. So this blowing of horn, and we don't need to imagine about the horn, and we don't need to imagine about Israfil alayhi salam blowing the horn. So they are in a supernatural world, so their horn could be of different thing, and the sound of the horn could be unimaginable. Israfil alayhi salam, he himself is unimaginable, so we don't need to use our brains to think about how Israfil alayhi salam is, or how the horn looks like, and how is it going to destroy the universe. That is not our scope, and we will not be able to understand that as well. So we just need to know that there is an angel called Israfil, whose responsibility is to blow the horn and to destroy the universe and begin the judgment day. The fourth heaven that we know by name is Malik, and the Malik is the guardian of hell. So he is the one who is guarding the hell. So the guard or the guardian of the hell is done by is one of the angels whose name is Malik. So we came to know about Jibreel alayhi salam, we came to know about Mikail alayhi salam, we came to know about Israfil alayhi salam, we came to know about Malik, who is the guardian of hell. Another two angels that we know about is Munkar and Nakir. And Munkar and Nakir are two angels who will be sent down to the grave of each and every people with three questions. Who is your Lord? Who is your messenger? And what was your religion? So these will be the three questions that will be asked to each and every one of us. And these two questions will be asked by two of the angels, Munkar and Nakir. So we came to know about Jibrail, Mikail, Israfil, Malik, Munkar and Nakir. So these were the six angels. And the remaining two is Harut and Marut. And this was sent to Babylon, people of Babylon, for the test by presenting them the knowledge of magic. So these are the eight names of angels we come to know from Quran and Hadith, and all of the other names are actually a misunderstanding, misconception, or have been derived from the Judeo-Christianity faith or through storybooks and fairy tales. After understanding these eight names of angels that has been recorded in the Book of Allah and the narrations of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we have also understood their responsibilities. But there are other responsibilities, other duties, and other powers given to angel that has been recorded in the narrations of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So let us try to cover those. So it has been reported in the Hadith where it mentions that angels every day report Allah that so and so has committed or intended to commit such and such evil. So it's only talking about intentions. The angel report to Allah that that so and so person has intended so and so evil, and Allah asks angel to record one good deed if he abandons that evil, and if he commits, Allah asks angel to add one bad deed into the account of that person. So just by avoiding or abandoning that evil action that we have intended, we receive one reward. And if we commit that sin, Allah only accounts us for one bad deed. So this means that the angels are able to read human intentions. Whatever we intend, angels can read those. So from this we know that angels can read human mind. This is one of the powers that has been assigned to angels. Besides that, angels are not in need of food, drink, air, shelter like we human beings do. They are different kind of creations, and they do not need anything from this world. They are supernatural creations. So they are different beings about whom we just know limited knowledge. So among those powers and responsibility that has been assigned to angels, we can only know about few things that has been narrated to us. And from this hadith, we come to know that angels can read human mind. Besides that, there is another hadith that tells us that whenever a woman gets pregnant, immediately an angel is assigned as a caretaker of the womb, where angels informs Allah about different stages in the womb of the child in the womb. For example, initially the angels say that it is like a clot, the baby has become a clot, or it has become a lump, now it has turned into bones, now there is a flesh over the bones, now it has turned into the shape of a baby. And then in the beginning of the 5th month, Allah asks angel to blow the soul into the womb. And it starts moving, the baby starts moving, the movement starts to be felt. And during that time, in the during the first week of the 5th month, Allah asks angels, Allah assigns few things, decrees few things, or decides few things for that child. The first thing, the livelihood. The second thing is lifespan. And third thing, good deeds and bad deeds. The livelihood means whether he'll be happy or he'll be sad, or he'll be successful, or whatever. So what kind of life he's going to have, that it will be decreed for that child. Second thing, lifespan, how long will he live, when will he die, that is, or when he will get birth, take birth, or when will he die. So about his lifespan will be the second decree from Allah for that child. The third thing will be deeds, like will he be doing good deeds, bad deeds, how many of good deeds or how many of bad deeds. Those are decided for those person. So these are the three things that are decided during the first week of the fifth month. So from this hadith we know that there is an angel who is assigned as a caretaker of the womb. So this is another responsibility recorded in the hadith of Prophet Muhammad for angels. The third responsibility is that every person is assigned with an angel that encourages the person to do good things, and this is also known as conscious. So we have conscious. Inside within our conscious, we are either encouraged by our conscious to do good things or do evil things. So there is a jinn and there is an angel that has been assigned to human being throughout life that keeps on encouraging. If it is an angel, it keeps on encouraging about to do good things, and if it's a jinn, if the inclination is from the side of jinn, it encourages us to do bad things. So this is another narration which explains about the assignment of an angel to each and every person. Another angel that has been described in hadith and also in the book of Allah is Kiraman Katibin. And this is actually not the name of angel. So this has been a misconception within the Muslim people. They think Kiraman Katibin is the name of the angel, but Kiraman Katibin actually means noble and recorder. So the angel is noble and they are continuously recording the deeds of human beings, whether it be good deeds or whether it be bad deeds. So this is another responsibility that Allah has assigned to an angel who is continuously recording the deeds of each and every human being. So an angel is assigned to us which keeps on recording our deeds, and that angel is labeled as Kiraman Katibin, and that is not the name of angel, rather it is the attribute of angels, which says that the angel is noble and the angel keeps on writing. So noble and recorder, that is the meaning of Kiraman Katibin. So these were few responsibilities that were recorded in the hadith of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So we came to know about few responsibilities, like Jibril is responsible to bring revelation, Mikael is responsible for rain, Israfil is to blow the horn in the day of judgment, Malik is the guardian of hell, Munkar and Nakir, they visit the grave of the dead and they ask three questions. Harut and Marut were the angels sent to the people of Babylon for test, to present them with offer them with the skills of magic. And we also came to know about few angels who are the guardians of caretakers of the womb, and angels who blow soul and reports about the stages of the child to Allah. And we came to know about the angel who continuously encourage a person to do good thing, and there's also jinn who encourage the person to do bad things, which is the consciousness of human being that is responsible to control the consciousness of human being. And the last one we also came to know about Kiram and Katibin, which means noble and recorder, who is responsible for the recording the deed. And we need to know that Kiram and Katibin is not the name of the angel, rather it is the attribute given to the angel who keeps on writing our deeds. So these were few things that we need to know. Besides that, regarding angel, we have few more information provided in the Sunnah or the narrations of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So it is said that the angels do not enter into the home with dogs, pictures, or a statue of living being. So this is another narration of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, where Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam informs us that angel might leave us when there is a dog, there is a picture, or there is a statue of living being within our staying area or within our home. So if we have dogs for a certain reason, for security or for hunting purpose or for other purpose, which like for guarding the sheep, in that case we should have a separate area for the dog in our compound or somewhere else, but it is not permissible for us to keep the dog inside our home, to have a picture or a statue of living being. So when we have, or when we are in such place, angel leave us. But this does not mean that all of the angels leave us. There are still angels who are responsible to write our good deeds, write our bad deeds. But those angels who encourage us to do good things, those angels who bring blessings from Allah, those angels who are inclining us towards good things, they leave, and we are more vulnerable in such case. So a Muslim should not have pictures and statues of living beings inside their home, and they should not have dogs inside their home. Yes, we can have dog for certain reasons which I've explained, for security, for guarding of the cattle, and for hunting. These are the three things for which Islam allows us to have dog, but we should have a separate place for dog within our compound, not inside our home, not inside our houses. And there's another thing that after we die, there's an angel, angel of death, which we call Malikul Maut, and that angel is responsible to take the soul out of the body. And again, the angel of death or Malikul Maut is not the name of angel, rather an attribute of an angel. It means that angel who is responsible to take the soul out of the body. So this is again not the name of not the name of an angel. So it's just saying angel of death in Arabic, Malikul Maut. So Malik means Malaika, which means angels. Maut means death. So Malikul Maut means the angel of death, and that is responsible to take the soul out of the dying human, and it takes the soul to a journey where the soul is taken to the heavens and returned back to the grave. And after it is returned back to the grave, and in the grave, the soul then faces the angel of the Munkar and Nakir to answer the questions of the grave. So that is another responsibility of one of the angels who is responsible to take the soul out of the body of dying person. Now, after knowing all of these things, we should try to understand what is the significance of believing in angels. So we can see that our belief system is from the book of Allah, from the saying of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and those revelations were brought from Allah to human being by an angel, Jibreel alayhi salam. So we can see that angels has been an important being that helps us to connect with Allah. And Allah is sending down revelation. Allah is all powerful. Allah is all wise, and we cannot compare our abilities and our attributes to Allah. So in order to communicate with or in order to send the revelations from Allah to the messenger, Allah chose angels to be as the responsible being. So furthermore, to believe in angels, like angels is always with us, writing our deeds, writing our good deeds, writing our bad deeds, encouraging us to do good. This is making us again and again think that we are being monitored, we are being recorded, our actions are being recorded. So this is automatically inclining us towards good things. It is trying to make our heart connect to Allah. So this is the significance of believing in angel, that we start having a belief, or we start having a consciousness that makes us realize that we are being monitored, we are being recorded, our each and every minute actions are being recorded. So this is the most important significance of believing in angel. So these were the few points that we needed to understand about the angels. And but as I told you, these are not all of the informations that we can express about the angels. There are more, but these were the few things that I could gather from my study and I have presented to you. Besides that, maybe if you have any more information about the angels from any authentic narrations and from Quran, you can share it as well. And if you have any questions regarding the topic, feel free to answer. Feel free to raise those questions, and I'll be more than happy to answer. And if you do not know, we also have a blog, islamistic.com, where we publish articles on various topics, and we try to make the videos of those articles as well. So if you like the video, if you think that this video would be useful and informative for your friends, feel free to share it and like it and subscribe to the channel. And these likes and subscription and shares is not to get the likes and shares, but to make sure the video reaches to many as we can, to most of your friends. And may Allah bless us all for our effort, and may Allah grant us Jannah. I'll get back to you with more videos inshallah in coming days. Until then, have a nice time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.